Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, January the 2nd, and we're here to look at new releases that have been published this week. Normally Thursdays are fantasy and science fiction. I only found a couple without digging really deep. So we're going to look at those two, and then we are going to look at more of the cozy mysteries that were on Monday. Quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight, our regular Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. After that, our sprints are on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. and those go for 5 hours. Hope you had a good new year. I got Steve's cold, so it was what it was. All right, so for a couple of the sci-fi fantasy-ish ones, this is by Dakota Cassidy, The Accidental Detectives. It's called Murder, Brenda. Look it up. 1 of 3, it says. Welcome to my worst effing nightmare, the Accidental Detective Agency. I'm Nina Statlian, a vampire with a little bit of witch thrown in for good measure, a sucky magic-less one for those interested. My best friends, Marty, a werewolf, and Wanda, a half-sea, have talked me into opening a detective agency for paranormals. Let me be clear, I do not want to be a detective, and I think this eye is banana pants. Now the dungeon in my castle in Long Island is our new office I call the murder basement, filled with watercolor landscapes, throw rugs, and uncomfortable furniture, all in the name of making our clients comfortable. That said, my partners in this new adventure don't care about all my protests. That's how we end up with our first client, Brenda Bronkowski, an older vampire the human police are hunting down for murder. Brenda fell for one of the oldest tricks in this new age of technology's book, a romance scam. Lonely and sad with only her pets for companionship, Brenda hooked up with a human, a much younger one. You guessed it, Brenda was catfished. Now, that much younger human, Owen Barker, is dead, leaving behind a wife and 2 kids. Brenda swears that she never even met him, let alone murdered him, and she's come to us for help finding the person responsible for his murder. Not only is the suspect list low, like we only have 2, there's a glitch, and it's a big one. The clan. They don't like it when a vampire's been accused of murdering a human. They take you out, ask questions later. Brenda's technically a fugitive we're harboring while we investigate. It's bad enough that the human police like her for Owen's murder, but if the clan finds out we've got her holed up in the murder basement, it won't only be curtains for Brenda. Our little private investigating gig could be over before it's really begun. Which wouldn't exactly be the end of the world for me, but my overachieving BFFs would never let me hear the end of it. That means we need to solve this pronto so we can get the clan off our backs, but more importantly, so Brenda doesn't end up expunged. So if you like your paranormal a little snarky, that sounds right up your alley. Hi, Ms. Blogger. Good morning. Did you have a good new year? For Whom the Bell Tolls by J.C. Lynn. They told her to go to hell. She'll go on her own terms. Lily is less than thrilled about her arrival to the afterlife, but what awaits her is more fantastical than she ever could have imagined. Deities wait in line at the coffee shop, a fey flip between realms. Souls find ways to make death a beginning. As Lily explores everything the afterlife has to offer, she finds herself drawn to a place most people would rather avoid at all costs, hell. What she discovers there subverts everything she's ever learned, and Lily realizes the demons working at the gate to guide souls need help badly. Armed with years of customer service experience and pent-up sarcasm, Lily carves out a place for herself among the demons, confronting, sassing, and aiding the spectrum of humanity to redefine justice and redemption. A chance meeting with Belle, a demon general with a distractingly sexy voice, sparks an immediate and deeply healing friendship. However, the undeniable heat between them simmers, and it's only a matter of time before it combusts. Meanwhile, something stirs beyond the boundaries of their world, threatening to destroy everything they've ever known and everything that could be. unless they fight like hell to stop it. I kind of like the cover. And that's really kind of it for fantasy and sci-fi this week. Hi, Emily. How's it going? Hi, Elena. Are you having a good morning? You doing okay? Hooray for 2025. Indeed. Hi, Mary. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Off to volunteer at the library later this morning. Like being a candy shop. No kidding. I'll take this and this and this. Next week looks like we'll be back to regular publishing levels. So we will go to Cozy Mysteries. Take up where we left off. Roost in Peace. 29th in the Eddie Smith Amish Mysteries by Samantha Price. Good for that author. When an exciting mystery cracks open in Eddie Smith's quiet Amish community, she and her sister, Elsa May, find themselves scrambling to solve the case. A local murder, missing ledger, and suspicious characters are enough to ruffle anyone's feathers, but it's the unexpected link to Freda's prized chickens and their precious eggs that has the sisters really in a flap. As they sift through clues, they'll need more than just cluck to crack the case. But with danger lurking and secrets threatening to hatch, can Eddie and Elsa May unearth the truth before it all goes rotten? This cozy, yolk-filled whodunit is packed with quirky characters, plenty of foul play, and a mystery that will keep you guessing until the very end, with recipes. I don't know, they packed in a lot of puns. Peril by Pinot by Tessa Ora. Yes, oh good. I mean, I slept in today and just woke up. Oh, that sounds lovely. Anya is no stranger to pairing wine with gourmet Italian dishes, but when a notorious critic drops dead in front of her tasting booth, she's haunted by the dizzying tale of secrets and murder. She's a chef, not a sleuth, but when the charming detective Ethan asks her to use her wine expertise to assist in this chilling case, Anya can't help but dive in deep. After all, murder spoils their idyllic Italian town like tainted wine. Suspects range from Damiano, a slick-talking wine merchant, to Antonio, the suspiciously suave sommelier. Even her lifelong friend Fabrizio is caught whispering with dangerous shadows. Corky, her clue-digging beagle, suddenly sniffs out a telling wine bottle. With this revelation, Anya's knowledge of a deadly scam in the wine world is enough to get a person killed. She must uncork the truth and expose the culprit before the killer decides Anya is going to take her last sip. Serving Up Hex by Tara Lush. 5th in the Crescent Moon Mysteries. Mary asks, is it obligatory to include a recipe in any Amish theme book? Seems like there usually is one. Nice bonus, I'm sure. It's almost obligatory in Cozy Mysteries for sure. This is 5th. Pickleball, poison, and psychic powers collide in this wickedly fun paranormal cozy mystery. When Amelia Matthews agrees to a friendly game of pickleball, she never expects it to end in murder. That's exactly what happens when her opponent drops dead on the court. Now Amelia and her coven sisters must serve up justice before one of their own gets framed for the crime, whatever. With her psychic gifts working overtime, a stolen journal full of secrets, and a ghostly bureaucrat wreaking havoc, Amelia's got her hands full. Can she navigate the cutthroat world of small-town art galleries, expose a web of lies, and unmask a killer? Or will this be game, set, and match for the murderer? Join Amelia in her 5th magical misadventure as she proves once again that in Cypress Grove, Florida, the only thing more powerful than witchcraft is friendship. Murder at Raven's Hollow by Louise Marley, third in the English Village Mystery. Beneath the ruins of a Victorian greenhouse, a skeleton is unearthed, and with it, years of buried secrets in Raven's Edge. When decades-old human bones are discovered beneath the old glass house behind foxglove and hemlock, the local florist D.S. Harriet March and D.I. Ben Taylor find themselves digging into Raven's Edge's murky past. As a frosty wind whips down the cobblestone lanes of the village, the two detectives feel an ominous chill that has nothing to do with the weather. The discovery coincides with the arrival of enigmatic drinking game novelist Iris Evergreen at Raven's Hollow, a gothic monstrosity of a mansion that's been sitting empty for years. Harriet is shocked to uncover a web of hidden secrets connecting the skeleton, Raven's Hollow, and, most alarmingly, her own family history. Just as Harriet begins to piece together the puzzle, a heavy snowfall blankets the village, and there, half buried in a snowdrift outside Raven's Hollow, lies another body, this one still warm. As sirens wail in the distance, Harriet realizes with a shiver that this killer is anything but history. The past and present have collided in Raven's Edge. Will D.S. Harriet March be the one to pay the price? Technically, it's here as a cozy, because it's an English village mystery, but it's being done by professionals, D.S. Harriet March and D.I. Ben Taylor. So it's also sort of not cozy because it has professionals. But here we are in the cozies. The Edge of Knife by Marissa Schrock. Bobby Sue Baxter, book number 3. The summer of '88 in Wildcat Springs, Indiana was supposed to be thoroughly boring, but when Bobby Sue Baxter's, you have to say it that way, friend enters her into a sweepstakes without her knowledge to make a guest appearance on daytime drama The Cute and the Cunning, and she wins, the season starts to get complicated. Then her friendship with Hemi Miller evolves into something more, and things slide toward complex. After filming when the star of The Cute and the Cunning gets stabbed with a hunting knife, life gets downright insane. Bobby Sue tries to stay out of the chaos, but with her well-proven instincts for cracking hard-to-solve crimes, that's highly unlikely. Bobby Sue's sleuthing uncovers twists and turns even she couldn't anticipate, so she can't see the peril about to be unleashed on her life with little chance of escape. All right. 222 pages. End of that row. The Body in the Hallway by Diana Zarissa. I tell you, I think she's more prolific than Tanya Kappas. She's got multiple series going on. And she cranks them out. Good for her. Sunset Lodge Mysteries, book number 8. Abigail is happy to spend a day at a shopping mall a few hours away from home with her boyfriend, Mark. They enjoy exploring stores that they rarely get to visit and grab lunch in the food court. When another customer starts shouting and complaining, they both do their best to ignore him while enjoying their time together. When the fire alarm goes off, getting safely out of the building is their only concern. Security sends them through a door and down a staff-only hallway full of storage spaces for the various stores. They've really nearly reach the exit when they see the body. As Mark tries to help, Abigail calls the police, and they both recognize the victim. The man who'd been shouting at everyone in the food court just a few hours earlier met his untimely end in a dimly lit hallway. And now Abigail and Mark are witnesses in another murder investigation, but this time they're not in Nightshade. Sonbuckles and Sin by George Robstadt. First in a new series. As a high-level consultant at an investment firm, Cash Christensen is used to the isolation of big city corporate life and the growing distance from family. So when his estranged aunt makes a series of desperate calls urging him to return to Salt Cliff Isle, he reluctantly agrees to visit. But what was supposed to be a short family visit quickly spirals into a dark mystery when Cash arrives to find the island shaken by a brutal death. The once peaceful Salt Cliff Isle, a place that had always felt like home, is no longer the tranquil escape he remembers. And even Fjord and Fika Patisserie, with its light-filled Nordic interiors and welcoming warmth, feels shadowed by loss. As Cash becomes entangled in a murder investigation filled with secrets, suspects, and hidden motives, the familiar comforts of home blur into a landscape of deception, one filled with residents who know more than they let on. But yet, as the aroma of fresh sambuckles, I know what those are, mingles with suspicion, Cash discovers the perfect crime might be half-baked. And he holds the secret ingredient to solving it. That's not a great picture of sambuckles, but yes, I grew up with them. The Cream Tea Killer by Judy Lee, third in the Morwenna Mutton series. Let's see. Morwenna Mutton should be living the quiet life of a librarian and grandmother in Cornwall's beautiful sealed bay, if only dead bodies would stop turning up. After the excitement of her last investigation, amateur sleuth Morwenna is looking forward to things getting back to normal. When local DJ Irina asks to meet, however, desperate to share information she has discovered regarding the nefarious goings-on, Morwenna can't resist. But Irina never arrives for the drink. Instead, her body is washed up on the beach, an apparent victim of an accidental drowning. At once keen wild bather, a once keen wild bather, Morwenna knows something is amiss, as Irina was a strong swimmer who knew the local conditions well. What had Irina uncovered, and who would want her dead? When the local news dubs Irina's murder the Cream Tea Killer in honor of Cornwall's famous delicacy, the clock starts ticking. Now the murderer knows Morwenna is on their trail. No one in her family is safe. She must get to the truth before the killer gets to her. Of course, anything with a senior sleuth is now being compared to the Thursday Murder Club. M.J. Tro has a new one in his Schoolmaster Murder Mysteries, 18th in that series, Maxwell's Return. Meet Peter Maxwell, film buff, golden-hearted cynic, bow-tied eccentric teacher, and reluctant amateur sleuth. Peter Maxwell returns from his year-long sabbatical in America expecting a nasty case of jet lag. Instead, he lands in the middle of a nasty case of murder. The body of 14-year-old schoolgirl Josie Blakemore is discovered on Leeford Beach. She's been strangled. Then another 14-year-old girl is found murdered on the same beach, and a third girl goes missing. The prime suspect is Bernard Ryan, deputy head of Leeford High. He's the strictest teacher at the school, but is he a killer? Determined to prove his colleagues' innocence, Maxwell sets out to uncover the truth. He's always caught the killer before, but could this be the case that breaks him? End of that row. Oh, we do have a duplicate there. All right. Danger in Point Dover, and Nana Takes Over. Cozy Tiffany Black Travel Mystery by A.R. Winters, 21st in that series. When Tiffany, Rosie, and Nana visit the island of Point Dover, they find a small town full of intrigue and deceit. Nana insists they investigate the recent murder of a journalist. Could Marianne Calhoun have uncovered a dark secret? Was that why she was killed? When local thugs come after them, can the trio stay safe, or will they end up like the journalists? And that's all there is for that description. We already did it's called Murder, Brenda. So our last one here. Look at that for timing. The Rise and Fall of Miss Fanny's Biscuits. Oh, another cozy mystery. by Amish by Wanda E. Brunstetter and Martha Bolton. Why are baking contestants disappearing? Mysteries have a way of following Fannie Miller, so when she makes it into the finals of the Tuscarawas County baking contest and contestants start disappearing, she calls on her old friend Foster Bates, a retired cop and part-time private investigator. Could it be that other finalists are somehow responsible for these disappearances, thinning out the competition? Like the couple on verge of divorce who need the prize money, or the three Beeler sisters who always in a huddle whispering. One thing is for certain, Foster and Fanny will stay on the case until the end, and everyone involved will have learned something important about baking contests, solving mysteries, and life. And that's all we got for Cozy Mysteries this week. Tomorrow is Friday, Freeform Friday. You're off from work today? Oh, enjoy your day. We might be looking at January is the Midwinter Histmist readathon that I'm hosting. There are no prompts, just read as thou wilt any historical mysteries that you enjoy. So tomorrow we might be looking at some historical mystery options if you like. Elena says, I should be back next week, January 6th. Wow, so it looks like you've got a few days off. That's wonderful. I will see you tomorrow, Elena. Enjoy your day. So quick announcements. Again, I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, and they go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, or just close your eyes after a day. Entirely up to you. And Elena says, don't be a bookworm. Indeed. As Elena says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom. Have a good day and God bless. Let's see, Mary, how are you feeling today? Much better? No, it's getting me. I'm considering going home this afternoon if it doesn't get much better, but it's a cold. Bah, but thank you for asking. All right, have a good day, guys.